everyone, and thank you for being here today. My name is Jamisa Walker.
My name is Caitlin Wilson.
My name is Asia West.
My name is Angelina Rojas.
And today we will be speaking about an article named How to Change Things When Change is Hard by Dan and Chip Heath. Today we will be interpreting the article and the success of a woman's procrastination. I want to ask you guys, have you ever caught yourself asking yourself, why didn't I start earlier? Are my ideas even good enough? Which is normal for everyone, but we will be presenting specifically on the woman's point of view. Women can get into this tug of war between two powerful forces in our brain, which is the rational and emotional mind. Your minds are probably pondering, what does the two words even mean? Well, I'll give you an example before I give you guys a challenge. Rational mind. Rational mind says, I have a deadline tomorrow, so I'll work now and get it done. Emotional mind says, I'm tired, I feel overwhelmed, what if I mess this up? Sounds familiar to you guys? Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you guys an example and I want you to try to define it. Number one, if I start now, I can reward myself later. Would that be emotional or rational mind? Oh, okay, that was quick. What is it?
Rational mind.
Correct, that is rational mind. All right, our second one is, I'll never get this right, so what's the point? Would that be rational or emotional? Are you shy? Do you want to say it? Do you think you know what it is? Emotional mind, correct. Those are emotional minds. I would like to give you guys a very down-to-earth own experience of having a rational and emotional mind. When I come home every day after school, I take one simple action to make a big impact to not procrastinate. One is I immediately open my laptop as soon as my laptop touches the desk. I look at everything that I need to do today and what I need to plan out for the week. This is a reminder that I am putting effort into now than later, leaving procrastination out of my mind. We all will be sharing what to have a crystal clear mind and how to direct it to be productive.
For our first main point, we will talk about how a rational mind is a very skillful tool. It takes a lot to practice to stay calm when emotions are high or when things don't go our way. Rational thinking improves our logical abilities like being able to observe better or to analyze better. Google 2019. For example, say after an argument with a friend, instead of reacting wrongfully, you wait to sit back to process it all before responding, which this uses logical and self-control instead of acting emotionally. So many people go off emotions and how they feel, but some people actually rethink to consider another feelings before doing. As being said, there are a lot of times when irrational thoughts have its own advantages. Rational minds prevent a list of things like miscommunication, self-sabotage, peer pressure, impulsive decisions, procrastination, overreacting, and it also helps us think before we speak. The way I use rational mind when planning my schedules or balancing school and work, that's the way I use rational mind when I plan my schedule or balance school and work. Adults rely on rational thinking when budgeting or making big life choices like buying a car or deciding to buy a house. Even though the rational mind helps us stay in control, that doesn't mean emotions are bad. Emotions give our decision meaning by making hard choices that align with their personal goals and values. Many women are derived from their goals. They find it difficult to stay engaged. Emotions can play a significant role, which can interfere with a woman's ability to succeed by developing patterns of neglect.
In our second point, we discuss women and struggle against neglect, stimulating the elephant with an emotional mind. When people talk about gender equality, we usually think it means giving women the same chances and opportunities as men. But here's the interesting part. Research shows that in some countries where gender equality is highest, girls actually report being less satisfied with their lives than boys. Looking back through history, women who worked outside the home were often seen as unfeminine or even immoral. People would pity them or criticize them for not being proper mothers. In the workplace, they were rarely taken seriously by their bosses, co-workers, or even by society. Nivea and Glutek, 1981. On top of that, many women carried around guilt-feeling selfish for putting their careers or ambitions first. Hines, Hendrick, and Martindale, 1982. As women started breaking barriers and reaching higher levels of success, many felt pressure to hide their emotional side to act more like what society considers strong or in control. To fit leadership roles, women often felt they had to tone down qualities like empathy or warmth and instead appear more logical, confident, and tough, traits that are traditionally labeled as masculine. These challenges don't just appear out of nowhere. They start early in school, college, and later in the workplace, and they keep building up over time. Brown, Barbosa, Stevenson, and Burge, 1997. Researchers found that while it is possible for women to overcome these barriers, how they do it really depends on their personality and the kind of barrier they're facing. Change doesn't always wait for the right moment or the perfect place, it just happens. But if we take charge of that change, instead of letting it control us, we can shape it into something powerful.
And for our third main point, we love to emphasize that step-by-step guidance is what helps shape a woman and create a balanced environment. It is common for women to strive towards perfection, and it causes them to delay submitting or completing necessary tasks, fearing that they may miss something important. Another setback can be self-control. That can also be limited at times. When it runs out, it becomes harder to stay disciplined and make good choices. Some good things to keep in mind is to ensure to recognize the small wins, which can help turn the procrastination into momentum to make these changes and meet the desired goals, as Harvard suggests, to manage change. It is also good to not forget to give yourself a reward or something to look forward to. This will help beat the procrastination with a special treat or relaxation time. This is incredibly motivating and will help encourage you to keep pushing forward even when the going gets tough. As I wrap up this point, I'd like to make it clear that change does not begin with giant leaps. It begins with simple daily tasks that incorporate the rational and emotional mind to work together simultaneously.
Okay, with all of that being said, trivia time. No, I'm just kidding. With all that being said, concluding our whole speech for today is that we look at a few key points today. First is with training our rational mind to push that I'll do it later feeling. Then we swap over and head towards our emotional pressures that consumes our fears, consumes the failures or judgment, which is the result in us draining our motivation. Ending with all the things that these beautiful ladies said, the spark back to get the productivity, and we tend to neglect for everything in all directions in our life. We need to remember the better of our rational minds than emotional. Thank you all for listening and coming today, and remember to exalt those things that you keep thinking about. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Sorry again for bombarding you guys with your studies.